have come to the conclusion of this 2.5 days of Japa Yajna program. So all of you have, I believe, done so much of Japa that whenever you will walk from a place, the whole area will be surcharged by the spiritual fervor and spiritual energy that will emanate from your body. Because you have done so much Japa. How do we give our introduction as the followers of Sri Ramakrishna, Sarada Devi and Swami Vivekananda, and the ancient and glorious tradition of the Ramakrishna family? How do we introduce ourselves? Generally, many a times it is seen that people say, "Oh, I go to Ramakrishna Math." Suppose that person is in Chennai, Mylapore, or I go to Basavangudi, or I go to Trishur Math, etc. But should that be how we introduce ourselves? Our introduction should be, I think, in a different manner. That should be, we should talk, we should behave, and otherwise conduct ourselves in such a manner that even interacting for few minutes with us, the person who is interacting with us should have this question: who is this person? Who is he or who is she? From where does such a person come in today's society when everyone is wrought with tension, when everyone is generally, frowning? Though Swami Vivekananda said that long face is not because of religion but because of stomach problem. But still many people, they will be keeping their face in such a contorted manner. So in this age, how is it that this person is so pleasantly speaking, having noble and high thoughts? That question should crop up in the mind of anyone who interacts with us for even few minutes. That would be the true introduction, that we belong to the ancient and hoary lineage of Sri Ramakrishna. Just saying that I go to this ashrama or I am initiated by such and such Swamiji will do us no good. Our actions should speak. Having said that, these 2.5 days might also have been a different kind of experience for some of you. I don't say all of you, but some of you, of course. Experiences, you see, when we are caught up in activity. I use the pronoun we, because not only for people who are in the Grihastha ashrama, but also we sannyasins, we are given a lot of responsibility in the Ramakrishna order. And when we are caught up with these responsibilities, every one of us feels that had I got little chance, suppose I got one day free to myself, then I would definitely do so much of meditation that Sri Ramakrishna will come and sit in front of me. Something like that, we have this glorious thought. So I believe most of you or many of you had this thought that, oh, I have got this burden of household life. If I got one day completely to myself, then I would immediately bring God and make God sit in front of me. After this 2.5 days, I am very confident that if at all you had any misjudgment about your ability to do that, would have been completely cleared. Now you know that it is not so easy. I think if somebody has actually brought God, I would like to meet that person, but otherwise, because then I can say, please teach me also. So otherwise, it is very difficult. So that much you have understood. Forget about bringing God, you are not able to bring your mind itself to this place. So now the question arises that now we get the idea that no, it is not so easy, just getting some free time is not the solution. So how do we do this? And Gita, many people might have purchased, some might have read, very few understood it. So I request all of you to read and reread and read again and again Gita, and with just word and meaning, how Swami Vivekananda wanted us to read scriptures. And it has given and continues to give solutions to various problems of our life. There in Gita, Arjuna asked this wonderful question. He says, you see, Krishna, asamshayam, you see, he says, oh, that is the answer. He says, chanchalam hi mana Krishna. He says, you see, Krishna, my mind is very restless. Pramati balavadridam. It is as though it commits mistakes, and it is made to commit mistakes forcefully. Tasyaham nigraham manye vayo sudushkaram. I consider the restraint or controlling of this mind, tasya aham nigraham aham manye, it is so difficult just like to control wind or air. So Sri Krishna says, this is not something new you have discovered. Asamshayam mahabaho mano durnigraham chalam. It is very true and certain, and it is undoubtable that mind is durnigraham. It is difficult to restrain or control, and chalam, it is restless. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyana cha grihyate. But you can bring it grihyate, you can bring it under control by what? Abhyasa and vairagya. Dispassion, vairagya, and abhyasa, practice. So many students, it's a question generally for students, they ask, how to get concentration? How to get concentration? This is the common question they ask, particularly if they see a shaven-headed, ochre-clothed sannyasi, they think this fellow, anyway he does not have any work, let us ask him some question and confuse him. So many people have tried that with me also. So they say, what should we do, Swamiji? Should we meditate? I say, yes, you think you should meditate. Suppose you want to watch cricket match with concentration. What do? You meditate. Do you meditate? Suppose you want to watch a movie of your favorite hero or heroine. What do? Do you meditate? No, you don't meditate 1 hour. I am going to watch movies, so I want concentration. You automatically get concentration. Why? Because you love it. How do you love it? Swami Vivekananda says that a thing which you repeat over and again, you start loving it. He says that mother loves her child because she is seeing the face of the child since the birth of the child. So she likes the child, and so she loves the child. So the secret of concentration is not to give up. That is the only secret of concentration, not to give up. Suppose you are having the experience of doing mathematical problems or such numerical problems, then you would understand what I am telling. If you just give up solving the problem, then it doesn't help you. If you feel that it is boring, let me go out and come back, it will not help. What helps? You should not get up. You should not give up attempting to solve the problem. Similarly, in spiritual life, mind may not come under control, but that is because of us. One person very famously said, why do you become angry? Because you want to become angry. Because you want, so you become angry. When our wants are not fulfilled, we become angry. If you tell somebody you want, so you become angry, they will think you have lost it, you have become mad. But it is the truth. So similarly, our mind goes out of our control because of our desires. And what is the method to bring it back? You see, why it goes out of control? Not only because of one desire, Because of countless desires which have been again and again repeatedly thought about. When you fulfill the desire, say 10%, 20%, you have got something, you are thinking about it. So repeatedly you have been thinking about the desires. Now conversely, oppositely, if you want to get rid of these desires, you have to think about it again and again. You have to think about God again and again. So the only way to get concentration is japa, is to think about God again and again. Now, but there is a huge problem here. There are many problems, but one very big problem is there. What is the problem? If you go in some airlines nowadays, they say that now you have seen the seat belt sign has come. So these are all old announcements. Seat belt you put and all that. But one new announcement has come. What is that? You cannot use electronic devices, etc. That is also not the new announcement. New announcement is, if you are working, please switch off your laptops. But if you are working, please remember to save your work. So in computer you have to save it. It depends on the software which you are working on. But you have to save it. So if you don't save it, all your work will be lost. So even the air hostesses, they are so concerned about your work, or probably it is a marketing gimmick. But anyway, they want that you save your work. So please save the work before you. Now this is the problem. In spiritual life, as I was telling you in the morning, in this birth, we have got this idea that God realization is the only goal of human life. And we have been so fortunate to have come to the shelter of Sri Ramakrishna. But this life is not going to go forever. Already many of you, I can see, are on the brink of saying goodbye. Please don't feel bad. It is going to happen with all of us, sooner or later. So, this life is not going to go forever. So what will happen? In the next birth, what will happen? Now with lot of difficulty, I have read so many pages of Gospel Maharaj, and complete verses in 9 volumes. That also with great difficulty I have somehow read. And with great difficulty I have attended so many lectures of so many sadhus. It is now that I am getting some idea of what is being told. And suddenly if I go away, if I pass away, if I die, what will happen? That is the problem. So you see, when we go for shopping, we want to purchase something costly like mobile phone. That is what most of the people purchase nowadays. Mobile phone, and then some other things like that. Then we ask immediately, how many years warranty? Earlier it was guarantee. Now nobody gives you guarantee. Warranty. So how many years warranty? So you ask 1 year, 3 years. Okay, we will purchase this. Very nice. So you go for that. Then there is another thing. If you use these services like Flipkart and all, 30-day money back guarantee. So you use the product you don't like, give some reason, and they will come and give you money, or they will credit your payment to your bank account, etc., and you will be happy. So money back guarantee. Here what is the guarantee? I have done 2.5 days, so much japa I did. In between maybe slept also, but anyway, not everybody did not sleep. But so some japa I did, and some mind here and there it wandered. What is the guarantee that it will not go waste? Because nowadays even computer games they don't play without knowing whether you can save the score. Because I went to this level, now I want to save the score. What is the guarantee? Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter, the same question has been asked by Arjuna. He says, you see, aprapya yoga samsiddhim kam gatim Krishna gacchati. A person who has not attained the ultimate goal of yoga, spiritual life, what kam gatim gacchati? What happens of him? To what end does he attain? That is the question. And so you see, ubhayo vibrishtaha Chinna abhramiva nashyati. So he is Ubhaya Vibhrishta. See, you may think, I could have gone to my house and nicely immersed myself in enjoyment with all kinds of cereals. Cereals are there and so many other things are there. Instead of that, I am now doing spiritual practices. So if I don't get this, then this also will go, that also will go. In Hindi there is a proverb, na ghar ke, na ghat ke. You are neither here nor there. What will happen? It will be very difficult for me. So Sri Krishna is asked by Arjuna, Etan me samshayam Krishna. You please tell me, this is my doubt. And you only can tell me this doubt. There is nobody else. Twadanya samshayasya asya cheta nahi upapadyate. There is nobody fit more than you who can clarify my opinion, my doubt. Clarify my doubt, give proper answer. So there Sri Krishna gives what I would call money back guarantee or warranty, whatever you call, of spiritual life. Sri Krishna says, Partha, O son of Pritha, naiveha na amutra vinashaha tasya vidyate. It's a huge guarantee, huge assurance Sri Krishna gives us that you see, na eva iha na amutra. Neither here in this world nor hereafter vinashaha tasya vidyate. Destruction of that person happens. Which person? The person who has done little good. Nahi kalyana krit kaschit durgatim tata gacchati. Just like a mother, when a child goes to the mother and says, oh, I have done this, or that fellow is beating me, father is beating me, and cries, wah, wah, like that. So that mother says, don't worry child, you come, I will give you some sweet or some toffee, etc. Tata is a word used in that sense, affectionately. Child, don't worry. Arjuna, he says, don't worry. Na naiva na amutra vinashaha vidyate. That person will have no destruction, either in this world or in the next world. Why? Because even if you have done, a person who has done kaschit, kalyana krit, a person who has done kalyana means good thing, spiritual thing, that person does not attain to a bad end. What happens to that person? Prapya punya kritam lokan ushitva shashvati samaha. You see, just like you have ministries, chief minister is there, prime minister is there, then there is one cabinet, then state also has so many ministers, etc. Like that, every kalpa, every cycle of creation has so many ministers. One Brahma will be there. Okay, your job is production manager. You just produce all living beings. Another fellow will be there, Indra. What you do? You just entertainment channel. Always listening to songs and dance. Like that our Purana says. Nobody has seen Indra. So like that they give one Varuna Bhagavan, water minister. One Agni Bhagavan, fire minister. Like that they give different portions. Depending upon what work you have done, you will enjoy. Now we have gone up to Mars, but we have not seen any Indra, any Brahma. I think they talk about the same beings who are living. You see, if you go to slums, it is Naraka. What more Naraka you can have? And some people live in AC all the time, car AC, office AC. That is Swarga. Something we have to think like that. So, Punya Kritam Lokan Prapya. After having attained the world according to your punya, whatever merit, whatever good act you have done in this world, and you will live as long as the punya stays, you will live. Why? In Bhagavad Gita itself it is told, Shine punye martya lokam vishanti. Once your bank balance is reduced, then the credit card will not work. It will say no balance, no balance. So like that, after your punyas are over, you will have to again come and take birth. But a person who has got this idea that I have to realize God and has started doing some spiritual practices or has attended Japa Yajna. A person who has attended Japa Yajna, what will happen to that person? Suchinam Srimatam Gehe Yoga Brashta Abhijayate. So even after attending so many Japa Yajnas, if you have not got the vision of God, you have not got God realization, then don't worry. Nothing is going to be lost. Suppose you did 20 lakh japa, that 20 lakh japa will be stored there. Okay, now you stay. This we have put in our Swiss bank account. Nobody else can open it. I think now they have changed the law. But anyway, earlier nobody could have opened it. So there it will be there. Then you will be born in one Shuchinam Srimatam Gehe, a pure house where they are all God word. They are God oriented. And Srimatam, if they don't have food to eat, then what you will do spiritual life? So they will be prosperous. They will put you in good school and they will put you in good places. Gehe, there yoga brashta means one person who has started spiritual life but has been not able to attain the goal of spiritual life. Then what will happen? This is what will happen, and he gives an option, athava, or it could be better. What? Yoginam eva kule bhavati dhimatam. That person could be born in the house of, or the kule, lineage, family of yogis only. So you get this japa yajna, you do attend 10, 15 japa yajna, nothing is happening, and suddenly one day you die. Always everybody dies suddenly only. Suddenly you die. Okay, anyway, suddenly you die, and then you are born into one house, and what do you know? They are also Ramakrishna Mission devotees. And you again, when you are old, very young, they go, Maharaj, we want to attend Japa Yajna, but our child is 2 years old. But this child does not cry, because you are there, that 20 lakh Japa is working now. So you don't cry, this is not worth crying. I have to cry for Sansara, Davanala. So anyway, so you will say, your mothers will say, Maharaj, can you please allow this small baby? Because you see, without taking baby, how can I come? Then some Maharaj will be there, like Swami Virabhadranji Maharaj. He will say that, okay, allowed. Special case, you are all so old devotees, allowed. So from the age of 2 years, you will be attending Japa Yajna. Continuing will be going on. So, athanava yoginam eva kule bhavati divatam etadhi durlabhataram loke anya janma yadidrisham. Idrisham janma loke durlabhataram. This is very rare of rarest births in this world. So that you will get. And then what you will happen? Tatratam buddhi sanyogam labhate paurva dehikam. What will you do? You will suddenly understand that this world is of no use. You will understand that God realization is the goal of human life. Suddenly, paurva dehikam. You will not get all the other knowledge or the memory of the previous birth, who I married and all. Some stories are there like that, but that will not happen. You will get the spiritual knowledge, spiritual wisdom. And then, yatate cha tato bhuyaha. And wherever you left, at whatever stage of spiritual growth you were, from that bhuyaha samsiddhau kurunandana. So, the son of the lineage of Kuru dynasty, Arjuna, you don't worry. Nothing will go waste. This is saved in spiritual account. And when you will again take birth, you will take birth in a family which has spiritual wisdom, which has got money, enough money, and then you will start from where you left. So don't worry. If you have attended 10 Japa Yajna, it is not going to go waste. So you should attend more and more Japa Yajna. So this will never go waste. And then you come and you take birth again. This is a wonderful assurance Sri Krishna has given. And he says, that same Sri Krishna says, Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. Here we have to remember that we have to have devotion to Sri Ramakrishna. We have to have surrender to Sri Ramakrishna. At the same time, we have to be mercilessly ruthless with our mind. Mind is like a monkey. Whatever you tell the mind, mind will listen. It is also like a dog. People, some of you who have some pet dogs, you know, suppose you have a dog, say German Shepherd or Labrador, etc. You have to train that dog. In the beginning, that dog, it is difficult to train. So what do? If the dog listens to the command, they give it some reward, like some biscuit. If it doesn't, people are there who are professional dog trainers. If it doesn't, they will beat it, maybe whip it, lash it, or whatever the case may be. So the dog is trained systematically, and the dog knows if I am asked to run, I have to run. If I am asked to stop, I have to stop. The same way, we have to give training to our mind. Now this is the time for meditation. You have to sit and meditate. Then mind has to listen. If you want to get up at 3 o'clock in the night or in the early morning, you have to say to the mind, get up at 3 o'clock. And without any alarm or anything, mind will get up. So that training of the mind we have to give. And if we give that training, and if we continue doing our spiritual practices, then there is no cause for worry. Because what is the good news? The good news is, just like suppose there is some cancer, or they have this disease, AIDS, HIV, etc. So they are searching for cure, but they don't have any cure. So the good news is, there is cure for this bhava bandhana. There is cure for this repeated coming and going to this world. There is a way out. Buddha found it out, Sri Krishna found it out, and in this age, Sri Ramakrishna found it out. There is a way out. It is possible. And the further good news is that once we start, there is no going back. Nothing is lost in this spiritual life. So, it is my prayer to Sri Ramakrishna, Sri Sarada Devi, and Swami Vivekananda, and all other great spiritual personages who have come on this earth to give us enough faith and enough strength so that we can, in this very life, attain to God realization, and if that is not possible, continue our struggle to attain God realization from this life till we actually attain it. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ram